Have you ever pondered upon the vast differences between the economies of two of the world's most populous nations, India and China? Welcome to our deep dive into the economic landscapes of these Asian powerhouses. Our aim? To unravel the complexities, compare their strengths, and understand the impact of their economic decisions on a global scale. It's more than just numbers. It's about understanding the gears that drive these dynamic economies. So buckle up as we dive into the intriguing world of economic intricacies between these two Asian giants. The gross domestic product, or GDP, stands as a primary indicator of a nation's economic health. So how does India stack up against China in this regard? Let's dive in. As of the most recent data, China's GDP significantly overshadows India's, leading the race with a GDP nearly 5 times larger. But that's not the whole story. India's growth rate, while currently lower than China's, has shown promising signs of acceleration. The factors contributing to GDP also vary. China's GDP is heavily driven by manufacturing and exports, while India's economy is more diversified, with significant contributions from services, agriculture, and manufacturing. This difference in economic composition leads to unique strengths and vulnerabilities for each nation. For instance, India's diverse economy can provide a buffer against global economic shocks, while China's export-oriented approach can offer more rapid growth during global booms. Clearly, GDP paints a vivid picture, yet it's not the only factor when discussing the health of an economy. Beyond GDP, the structure of an economy, particularly the sectors that drive it, remains crucial. So, what drives the economies of India and China? Let's dive right in and take a look at the 3 main sectors of any economy: agriculture, industry, and services. India's economy, traditionally agrarian, has seen a significant shift in recent decades. As of now, agriculture contributes to about 15% of India's GDP. But the real growth story lies in the services sector, which chips in a whopping 55%. The industrial sector, meanwhile, makes up the rest, with around 30%. Now let's shift our focus to China. The story here is a bit different. Agriculture's contribution stands at a mere 8%. The industrial sector, however, plays a leading role, contributing a massive 40%. The services sector, like in India, also plays a significant role, accounting for 52% of China's GDP. But these numbers don't just exist in isolation, they've evolved over time. While India's growth has been driven by a rapid expansion in services, China has leveraged its industrial might to fuel its economic engine. So, what's the takeaway? Well, it's that the sectoral composition of an economy can tell you a lot about its strengths, its growth potential, and its vulnerabilities. As we can see, both economies showcase a unique blend of sectoral contributions. Every economy has its strengths and weaknesses. So, what are they for India and China? Let's start with India. Its strengths lie in its young and dynamic workforce, robust IT sector, and a rapidly growing economy. However, it faces challenges like infrastructure deficits, bureaucratic red tape, and uneven development across regions. On the other hand, China, with its technology-driven economy, massive manufacturing sector, and extensive infrastructure, has quite the upper hand. Yet it grapples with an aging population, increasing labor costs, and apprehensions over its trade policies. Both countries have unique advantages. India's youthful population provides a significant demographic dividend, while China's technological prowess gives it a competitive edge. However, the challenges they face are equally significant. India needs to address its infrastructural gaps and bureaucratic hurdles, while China must manage its demographic shift and global trade apprehensions. Understanding these strengths and weaknesses helps us to better comprehend the potential future trajectories of these economies. From GDP to sectoral contributions and strengths to weaknesses, we've covered a lot. So, which economy is better and why? As we've seen, it's not a simple black or white answer. China, with its larger GDP and dominant manufacturing sector, has shown the world the power of rapid industrialization, but its high levels of debt and aging population pose significant challenges for the future. On the other hand, India, while having a smaller GDP, boasts a young and dynamic population. It's a global leader in the IT sector, but its need for infrastructure development and job creation cannot be ignored. Each economy has its own strengths that give it an edge and weaknesses that need addressing. It's not about declaring one as better or worse, but about understanding the unique characteristics and dynamics that shape them. So, let's not get caught up in the race of which is better. Instead, let's acknowledge and appreciate the economic diversity and lessons they offer. Remember, every economy is a unique ecosystem. By understanding these differences, we can learn valuable lessons about economic growth and development.